University of Staffordshire was first to market with a HE eSports course back in 2018. That course was very much positioned as an events management degree. Gradually and organically it became a broadcast award, but it outgrew the facilities that the students got to use. So what we wanted to do was re-emphasise the university's position in terms of eSports by investing in something that was truly international class, and that's what we've done as part of this project.
So in this space then we have our 60-seater eSports arena space. So this is where students and staff can put on competitive eSports events, eSports being effectively competitive video gaming. So we've got a 5v5 setup in here with a hosting desk down at the end, as well as then a shoutcaster station as well, which is the in-game analysis and commentary that takes place, like what you'd expect from any sort of mainstream sport. We also have 2 professional galleries for our production teams then to run content from, as well as a smaller professional studio space. And if they want to, they can have that tie into this space, or they can do a completely separate production altogether.
The core of the facility here for audio is the 2 Allen Heath Avantis consoles. There's one in each of the 2 galleries, and with each space being able to be used however it wants, it was really important to have not only matching consoles, but consoles that could run simultaneously or independently from each other. Along with that, there is a set of 8 Audio-Technica wireless microphones. These are Dante receivers. The arena is mostly focused around your stick mics for on-stage presenters. With the Audio-Technica stuff, there's a variety of capsules you can put on the actual transmitter itself. So in a sort of loud, exciting environment, it's really important to have that separation between the PA system and the audio from the host on stage. With the Audio-Technica equipment, we were able to choose hypercardioid capsules and really sort of get that rejection in a relatively small space that is the arena. The fundamental brief behind the project was to have a complete flexible system. There's so many different use cases for the arena. It's always gaming, but each game within itself has a totally different set of technical requirements that might need to be met. And part of that for us was focusing on an IP solution for the audio and video. So there is no one piece of kit that is connected to one other piece of kit, and that's how you use it. It's all audio and video on a network, and any piece of kit can dial into any input or output across the whole facility. So it was fundamental to the design process that Dante was a core of it for the audio side of things.
I first came across the Avantis almost 12 months ago now, and instantly when I looked at it, it was so logical. I could work out instantly where I needed to go, where things were. Now, from a teaching perspective, that's really, really useful because it allows you to break down your stages within teaching so easily, and students are really receptive to that. With eSports, students being the way that they are, they're quite inquisitive, they're quite technical, they are always pushing the boundaries with what we can do with the equipment that we've got, and that's certainly been the case with the Avantis. They're pushing it all of the time, and every time they come to me with a query, can we do this, can we do that? And instantly I've been able to say, yeah, we can do that, no problem. So the flexibility that it offers is incredible.
What we ultimately needed to try and achieve here was something that was representative of what students would expect to see out in the industry. It needed to be an environment where they could easily learn, but allow them to put on professional quality productions. Going into this, we were never 100% certain what the students would ultimately want to try and achieve. So it had to be something which would, over time, allow us to develop it and move with what the students required of it.
Coming from industry myself, in the esports world, we use the D-Live console. The advantage of the Allen Heath and D-Live Avantis range is they have a lot of the elements of a broadcast console. One of the driving factors behind Allen Heath was that element of things like tie lines that go into the world of intercom systems, which a lot of live consoles don't do. It was really about having a console that has everything built into it locally. The Avantis was released only very shortly before this entire project happened, so it kind of just fit perfectly in that role of all the power of a D-Live without a separate sort of controller and brain, where each console could stand alone independently. The focus here was really to have industry relevant equipment that the students could come, they could use exactly what would be used in the industry and then go out into the world going, oh, it's one of these, I'm familiar with that. They've really just taken on the kit and they're super happy with it, and that's all we can ask for, really.
One of the reasons we invested so heavily in that solutions expertise that came from Digital Garage was to make sure that this facility bore all the appropriate badges. So we bring in all the correct industry partners, and again, that's with a view to the employability of our students. They need to be industry ready, particularly within industry such as esports. And one thing Digital Garage were able to explicitly impress upon us was the value of those badges. We're not just bringing in technical kit for the sake of it, we're bringing in technical kit that those students are going to be exposed to at an early stage and go seamlessly into industry using so that they can become employable.